Hello and welcome to AWS Certified Solution Architect course. In this series, we will discuss about the compute component of AWS. So when we discuss about compute components, it basically means the servers, the virtual servers which are in cloud. So what is virtual server or in AWS terminology, Elastic Compute Cloud? So it's a web service that provides secure, reliable, resizable compute capacity in the cloud, and it's designed to make web scale cloud computing easier for developers. So suppose you want to deploy one server for the testing of your applications, and you need some particular capacity to be fulfilled to do your testing. So in cloud, you can do that in a fraction of 5 minutes, maybe more, maybe less than 5 minutes. You can launch one server into cloud and you can do a testing of your application. However, when we talk about our on-premise infrastructure, in VMware, in virtualization, we have if we have template, it can be deployed within 5 minutes. But if we want to install a new OS and application and make it do a hardening of the server and make it ready for application testing, it will take quite a long time. And if we are building a physical server, that will take at least a week to build the server for applications testing. So Amazon EC2 is a solution to all these problems. You can roll up a server within fraction of minutes and do your stuffs quite easily. So the another thing is with Amazon EC2 is it provides a web interface, and you can create firewall rules, you can create ACLs, you can create other security features to protect your virtual server. You can put your virtual server into some private subnet so that it will not be accessible from outer world, or you can make it public for web servers. So all this flexibility is there in Amazon EC2, and you can leverage these facilities to get the best virtual server which you need for your application or some testing or production environment. Apart from that, Amazon EC2 have some images like AMI, what we call it in AWS as AMI, Amazon Machine Images. So these images are pre-built by AWS, which you can use to roll up your instance, roll up your virtual servers. And these instances are like these images are pre-configured with operating system and with applications. Some of the images are pre-configured with applications as well, so that you can directly deploy the server as well as the integrated applications as well. And you have plethora of operating systems and their flavors available in AWS. Apart from that, you can create your own community images and put it on AWS, so that you can share it with, you can even sell it to other customers on AWS. So these all facilities has been provided by Amazon, which is quite flexible, and we can use it to deploy our servers in cloud. Now let's discuss the instance family and generation. Let me make it clear. Instance means virtual servers in cloud in AWS. Instance is a AWS terminology. So let's discuss their family and generation. So if we see the family column, we have general purpose, compute optimized, memory optimized, storage optimized, and accelerated computing. What AWS has done is it has created a bunch of family with their specific parameters or specific some traits. Like in some of the cases, we need some general purpose servers, like which have just optimal capacity, means CPU or RAM or network optimized, so that we can just like do a normal server thing like a web server, less loaded web server, or some for some testing purpose. So in that case we can use general purpose. In compute optimized, like when we are doing some activity which requires high computing capability, like in research and development, we need to run huge test cases and all. So there we may need compute optimized servers. Memory optimized, like when we are doing some stuffs like big data analytics, where we have to process large amount of data simultaneously. In that case we need uh, memory optimized um, instances. Then storage optimized. There are some cases where a lot of data is produced, so we need a huge amount of storage or high transaction IOPS for storage. So in that case, we can use storage optimized. Accelerated computing means where we need some highly computing environment where which can be scaled up according to needs. So there we can use accelerated computing environment. So these are the family types that AWS provide. Apart from that, there are generations, like whenever they are doing some modifications to those instances in those images in that family types, it will come at as a new generation. Like if you see the first one, T2.nano. So what does T means? T is the family type. T is the family type. 2 is the generation number, and nano is the size. So these three components contributes the, and it will be written on the AMI, and it will describe what is the strength of this image. So it will help us in finding the correct image for our deployment. Similarly, we have R3.large. So R stands for this family, that memory optimized. 3 is for generation and large is the size.